The Sun is Kind of a Big Deal by Nick Selleck. All of the planets and the Sun live together in the solar system like a big family. The Sun is our solar system's very own star. Seriously, the Sun is an actual star. It's the only star in our solar system, and it sits right in the center, holding everything together. So here around the Sun, you have all the planets, and Jupiter is asking, could I have your autograph? It's for my moon, Callisto. And over here we have a text feature that's in the shape of a rock, which I love. So what's in the solar system besides the Sun and the planets? Dwarf planets, asteroids, meteors, comets. And we have another cool text feature box right here. Oh, hey, guess what? Our solar system is just one of many solar systems that exist. A galaxy is a group made up of billions of solar systems. Our galaxy is called the Milky Way. There are billions of galaxies out there, and together they make up the universe. Can you count to 1 billion? Go ahead, Miss Jackson will wait. The Sun is the biggest thing in the solar system. It's even bigger than Earth. Way bigger. Way, way bigger. Like over 1 million times bigger. There are much bigger stars than the Sun, but all of the other stars you see are really, 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 really far away. Really. The other stars are in totally different solar systems and have their own planets. Earth is the 3rd planet away from the Sun. Remember Earth? It's that little planet where you and everyone you know lives. Pluto used to be a planet, but scientists decided it didn't quite fit the definition. Now it is called a dwarf planet. Sorry, Pluto. Pluto's over here at the bottom right corner. I'm still here, guys. The planets move around the Sun like a big racetrack in space. Each planet has its own special path that it follows. That's called its orbit. Some planets are faster than others, but each one stays in its lane. I really feel like I have to go farther than you guys out in the outside, so it looks just like a track. And you've got the Sun here blowing the whistle with his timer, which I love. It takes a whole year for Earth to go all the way around the Sun. Do you know how many times you have been around the Sun? Hint, how old are you? So what does the moon do all year long? While Earth is going around the Sun, the moon is spinning around Earth. The moon goes around Earth 12 or 13 times in 1 year. That's about once a month. Depending on where the moon is in its cycle, we might only see part of it. The rest of the moon is in shadow. When we see the whole thing, it's called a full moon. The Sun never stops working. It does a ton of important jobs for Earth. In fact, we wouldn't be around without the Sun. Look at the Sun here with his list. Are you sure you need all of this from me? Yes, every second of every day, please and thank you. Why is Earth so important? 2 words, plants and animals. That's 3 words. Still waiting on that autograph. Hey, what's this line for? The Sun gives us light so we can see, but it takes about 8 minutes for light to get to us because the Sun is so far away. We have the Earth here saying, it's worth the wait. Earth spins around in a full circle every day. Hi again, how was your night? That is why when it's nighttime for you, it's daytime on the other side of the world. And we have another text feature box with the title, Oh Hey, Guess What? As one side of Earth spins away from the sun, it looks like the sun is setting there, and it becomes night. As that side of Earth spins back toward the sun, it looks like the sun is rising. And you guessed it, breakfast time. The sun is always there, even when you can't see it. Sometimes it looks dark outside during the day because the sun is behind the clouds, but it is still there. Hey, move it, clouds. I was making shadow puppets. Got someone lost here in the clouds. Once in a while, it gets dark in the daytime because the moon gets in the sun's way. That's called a solar eclipse, and it only lasts for a little while. Look what I can do. Yes, yes, we are very impressed. Now keep moving, the sun is saying to the moon. Keeping us warm is another really important part of the sun's job. The sun is hotter than you can imagine, way hotter than fire. Its temperature reaches millions of degrees at the center. Some places on Earth are warmer than others. The parts of Earth closest to the equator are warmest. The parts of Earth closest to the north and south poles are the coldest. We have another text feature box. Oh, hey, guess what? See that red line around the middle of the Earth? It's an imaginary line people invented called the equator. It separates the top and bottom halves of the Earth. So now we know it's colder near the poles of Earth and warmer near the equator. But why? Well, the parts of Earth near the equator are getting the sun's heat from straight on. The north and south poles are getting the same amount of sunlight, but it gets spread out over a bigger area. Since these places have to share the sun's heat, they don't get quite as warm. So we've got the North Pole, less direct sun, the equator, more direct sun, and the South Pole, less direct sun. While Earth is moving around the sun, it is spinning on a tilt. That's why we have seasons. There are 4 seasons: spring, summer, fall, and winter. Because of Earth's tilt, the top half and the bottom half of the world experience the seasons at different times. When the bottom half of Earth is tilted toward the sun, it is summer there. This also means that the top half of Earth is tilted away from the sun, which makes it winter there. So we have the Earth here, the equator, we have earmuffs, we have our swim tubey, little duck tube there. The top half is tilted away. What do you mean it's winter? The bottom half, happy summer everyone, because the bottom half is tilted toward. The sun's work isn't done yet. Every day, the sun also has an important job in the water cycle: condensation, precipitation, evaporation. So what happens during the water cycle? During evaporation, heat from the sun causes water to mix with air, turning into vapor. That's called evaporation. Condensation. Then the vapor gathers together to make clouds. That's called condensation. Precipitation. Finally, the water comes back down as rain or snow. That's called precipitation. The water cycle is important for all living things, but especially for plants. Plants need water and sunlight for photosynthesis. That's a big word, but it's also a really big job. Photosynthesis is when a plant uses light from the sun, water from the water cycle, and carbon dioxide from the air to make food for energy to help it grow. During photosynthesis, plants make oxygen. That's what animals and people need to breathe. take a deep breath. You just breathed in a lot of oxygen. Oxygen doesn't have any taste, but it's always there. We can't live without it. If the sun wasn't helping out with photosynthesis, we wouldn't have oxygen. I want you, my friends, to take a close look at the illustrations on these 2 pages because they are hilarious. So you have the sun here. He is the stylist, and he is asking, what can I do for you today? And we have the little plant down here in food and water, which kind of looks like a little spa bucket. A little photosynthesis, please. We have the carbon dioxide blow dryer. I totally love dirt. Dirt is awesome. So we see the plant growing from small into the chair and then much, much growth there. I love it. What do I owe you? Oxygen. So this is just a great illustration. Super funny too. The sun is pretty great. It's always around, keeping the whole solar system together. It gives us light and keeps us warm. It helps bring us rain and grow plants to produce the oxygen we breathe. It's such a big part of our lives that we wouldn't be able to live without it. The sun works really hard to help us out. That's kind of a big deal. And here is a glossary, another amazing text feature. And then in the back of the book, there are all sorts of different text features that are both full of knowledge about the sun, but also really funny. They are really funny too. And here we have the sun just chilling, just hanging out with his coffee cup. All sorts of amazing text feature boxes that we can enjoy. This one is really funny. Cast reunion. The cast of the Milky Way got together to snap this sweet selfie. The solar system that spins together stays together. Spotted. Mercury, the smallest of the solar system's 8 planets, was seen spinning around the galaxy with Jupiter, the largest planet, who's around 35 times bigger. What a mismatched pair. But maybe with 3 planets between them, the difference doesn't seem so big. All sorts of good text features. I hope you have access to this book because they are hilarious. All right. Thank you for joining me, friends.